Wow, wow, wow. So I'm gonna give y'all my breakdown of this fight, right? And I'm gonna make a separate video about Keyshawn Davis. But I'm just gonna start off by saying this. Teofimo Lopez lost that fight. And I'm gonna tell y'all the reason why he lost that fight. He lost that fight for two reasons. Jermaine Ortiz was the guy that was moving up. Teofimo Lopez has more experience, is the bigger guy. He was supposed to decisively beat Jermaine Ortiz. Jermaine Ortiz, he was showing ring generalship. Jermaine Ortiz, he was able to control the fight. When you having Teofimo Lopez chase you around the ring and he's being hit periodically throughout the fight, there's no way Teofimo Lopez won that fight. Him being the bigger guy and him being the champion, he was supposed to show ring generalship and he was supposed to dominate that fight. And he did not. Jermaine Ortiz was controlling distance. He was showing ring generalship. So there's no way y'all think Teofimo Lopez won that fight. He just did not win that fight, brother. He did not win that fight. And one thing I can say about Teofimo Lopez, he's a very good fighter, but he's not a great fighter. When you're a great fighter, you're able to make adjustments throughout the fight. And one adjustment is being able to set traps, to corner, to cut the ring off against a mobile Jermaine Ortiz. And he wasn't able to do that. It's kind of similar to Lara versus Canelo Alvarez. The only difference is Lara completely, like, decisively beat Canelo Alvarez. You can see it. Canelo Alvarez couldn't hit him, and he was two-piecing Canelo every single chance. If you look at the numbers, you see that Lara decisively beat Canelo Alvarez. The only category Canelo Alvarez landed more than Lara is power punches. It's body shots, I'm supposed to say. Body shots, I'm supposed to say. So it's the same thing, right? If you're not able to cut the ring off and I'm able to let you do what I want you to do while landing shots on you, then I won the fight. I won the fight. Canelo Alvarez was the bigger guy. He was the more experienced guy. So he was supposed to be, he was the champion. So he was supposed to beat Lara. He was supposed to beat Lara, but he didn't. He didn't. He didn't. And that's the reason why Teofimo Lopez lost last night, bro. He wasn't able to show ring generalship. He was the most experienced. He was the bigger guy. He was supposed to win that fight decisively, and he didn't. Teofimo Lopez is a very good fighter, but my problem with Teofimo Lopez is his back has to be against the wall for him to show out, and that's a problem. That's a problem. That means you're not hungry all the time to win. That means there has to be a reason for you to try to step it up to the next level. And that's why you got to look at guys that fight so-called bums and get them out of there. And guys that fight high-level competition and get them out of there, you got to give them their respect. You have to give them their respect because it's not easy to knock somebody out. It's not easy to stop somebody. So you got to give them their respect when they go in there night after night and take care of whoever that's in front of them. You got to give them their respect. You have to. Teofimo Lopez, I ain't expect that type of performance from him. But then again, I did. That's why I ain't bet on him. That's why I did not bet on him. Because I knew that some way, somehow, he was going to let me down. And last night, he let me down. Last night, he let me down. I wasn't pulling for nobody to win. I just wanted to watch the fight. But if I was supposed to bet on somebody, it would have been Teofimo Lopez. But then again, in the back of my mind, I'm like, the only time Teofimo Lopez really, like, take his fighting to a next level is when his back is against the wall. His back wasn't against the wall. He wasn't the underdog in that fight. When he's the underdog, that's when he shines the most, and he wasn't the underdog. So I kind of expected that a little bit from him. But I would think that he would try to change the narrative. But he didn't. This is who Teofimo Lopez is. And he has a long way to go, right? Before he wants to think about stepping in the ring with Terrence Crawford. Because Terrence Crawford will hurt him. And I like Teo. I like Teo. I like that he talks a lot of ish. I like that he's entertaining. I like that because that's good for boxing. Boxing needs a bad guy like Rolly. You feel me? They need a bad guy. Boxing need a bad guy, right? And it's not like he doesn't have good wins. Lomachenko, that's a good win. What's his name? Josh Taylor, that's a good win. You see what I'm saying? So he has good wins. But then again, he had bad losses. In my opinion, he lost to Sandor Martin and he lost to Jermaine Ortiz also. And we know he lost to Camboso. So it's just a learning experience, right? It's just a learning experience. But Teofimo Lopez need to continue to perfect his craft, and all the theatrical stuff that he's doing, he could just lay low on that a little bit and get in the gym and perfect his craft. You understand? But some of these judges' scorecards was horrendous. I don't believe that Teofimo Lopez won the fight by a large margin. He didn't win the fight at all, in my opinion. So that needs to change in boxing. These judges are awful, and that needs to change in boxing. But the moral of the story is, Teofimo Lopez, in my opinion, he lost that fight, and it wasn't by a huge margin to what I see some people trying to exaggerate, but he did lose that fight. And Teofimo Lopez, instead of him doing a lot of promotions, he needs to work on that, being a killer, no matter who's in front of him, being a killer, being more hungry. Like, he needs to work on that. You understand? And I'm not sure if that's something that you could instill in somebody or they just got to be born with it. But y'all see what I got for y'all, though. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Share this video if y'all enjoyed this content. Hit that subscription button, and I'm out.